The plan was first announced by George W. Bush when he was president just after the invasion of Iraq in 2003 at a G8 meeting, and it was called the Greater Middle East Project. And that project, they published a map of what they had in mind, was the control and the democratization, as they call it, of the entire Islamic world from Afghanistan, Pakistan, down through Iran, Syria, the Persian Gulf area, the oil-producing states there, and across North Africa all the way to Morocco. And the events, the so-called Arab Spring, have been planned years back, and the instigators of those so-called spontaneous protests, these Twitter revolts in Cairo and Tunisia and so forth over the last months, have all been pre-organized assiduously. Some of the people, leaders of the protests, have been trained in Belgrade in Serbia by Otpor activists financed by the U.S. State Department. This thing has State Department and U.S. intelligence all over it. There is vast wealth in the hands of the leading circles in the Arab world, vast wealth. Sovereign wealth funds of countries like Kuwait and other countries, but also just the resources. And one of the agendas is to introduce, as was done in the Soviet Union after 1991, with the collapse of the Soviet Union, the agenda of IMF privatization, free market economy and so forth, so that Western banks and financial agencies and corporations could come in and take the plunder. The second agenda is militarily, in places such as Libya or South Sudan, now the so-called Republic of South Sudan, to militarize those oil sources that are directly strategic to China's future economic growth. So this is all about controlling Eurasia, something Zbigniew Brzezinski talked about it back in 1997 in his famous book, The Grand Chess Game, and controlling especially Russia and China and any potential cohesion of the Eurasian countries economically and politically.